If you are on a budget and you have metroPCS service, or even looking for to get a metroPCS service without breaking your bank, maybe the ZTE Avid for one of the best option for you. What's going on, everyone? This is Stick, and this is my full review for the ZTE Avid for a metroPCS. When you're looking for to spend less money on the smartphone, absolutely you're not gonna get the premium look and the premium design for the phone. Now ZTE Avid 4, it will comes with a big bezel, 5-inch display. We will have Android capacitive keys on the bottom, which is more utilization for the screen. We will have 5-megapixel camera on the front for the selfie, good improvement from the ZTE Avid 3 before. We have the speaker. Also from the side we will see the volume rockers, and down to it will be the power, and the power has textures to make you distinguish the power from the volume rockers. If we look to the back of the phone, we will be able to see this is blue back plastic cover, which has some of the textures where you can feel it in your hands. This enhances the grip and makes the phone not slip out of your hand. Also ZTE increased the amount of megapixel on this phone, so now we have 8, and we have a flash, and from the bottom we will be able to see the mini USB 2 and microphone and audio jack for headphones. From the other side it won't see anything. On the top it will be another microphone for noise cancellation. Also, the speaker will be located on the back, and this is not good position for that speaker. We'll show you later on in this video why. And this phone doesn't have fingerprint to unlock the phone, so you have to use a password or pattern. And the phone also comes with mini USB 2 to charge the phone, so we don't have USB-C or fast charge technology. One of the worst thing in this device, it will be the display. The size 5 inches is decent in my opinion, and the resolution is very low. We have 480 x 854, very low amount of PPI, 196, which is below the average nowadays for smartphones. Also from the angle of view, you will be losing a lot of colors over here, and the whole screen gonna start washed out, and it's not gonna be very good to look to the screen. So if you are willing to buy this phone, you should also be careless about the quality of the display. Surprisingly, the speaker on the phone was not bad at all. It was within the average of a smartphone that within this range of price for $29. Of course, this is a good speaker in my opinion. Doesn't have a lot of amount of bass, but it's clear to listen, and the loudness is very decent as well. One thing very annoying in this device, when you are listening to the music and you put the phone in the table, the whole sound will be interrupted. I will demonstrate that for you right now. Moving from the speaker to the internal hardware of the phone. First, the chipset will be Snapdragon 210, and we have clock speed 1.1. We have GPU Adreno 304. That's for gaming, and we will test the gaming performance later on in this video. And for the RAM, we have 2 GB of RAM, which is going to be very helpful if you want to play a game. 16 GB internal storage on board, help you to download more games, and this is good improvements from the ZTE Avid Trio. So the ZTE Avid 4 doesn't have the best hardware specifications, but we want to give this phone a shot and see the actual performance by playing some video games. Now, coming across the actual performance of the phone, first I run the Geekbench 4 to see the score, and the score was very disappointing, but at the same time it was expected. The highest score I have got on the Geekbench 4, single core will be 391, and for multi-core it will be 1044, and this I believe the lowest score you can expect in a smartphone in 2017. Speaking about the battery in this phone, the phone has removable battery, 2520 milliamps power battery. One of the things annoying me in this phone, the battery takes a while to charge. Maybe from 0% to 100% it will be up to 3 hours, which is a long time to charge the battery. As a performance wise, the phone was giving me a good performance, average of 5 to 6 hours. Why that phone has more screen on time than the other phones? Maybe because the screen has low performance, low PPI, and the vividness, the colors and the brightness makes that screen doesn't consume a lot of juice from the phone. But overall, for me personally, I haven't noticed problem that the battery drain or anything like that. In addition, that in the future, if something happens to that battery, it will be removable, so easy to swipe it to another one. Now this phone in paper, low specifications, but let's go to the real life and check the performance by playing video games. For that matter, I have decided to download 3 games. One low graphics, and the second one it will be medium graphics, and the third one is going to be high graphics. And we're going to play these 3 games and look to the performance to see how the performance will be. First game I'm playing, it will be the Temple Run. Honestly, the game playing just fine. I haven't noticed no lagness or no problems. The graphics is so good and it's very smooth, and the frame are so good, so I haven't noticed any problems or whatsoever playing game like the Temple Run. Now the third game we're gonna play will be medium graphics, will be Real Racing 3. Performance was amazing in this game. I haven't noticed not even single lagness, no frame drops or whatsoever, so it was very good experience, and this is something to blow my mind when I trying to play these games, because I was expecting it will be so much of lagness or frame drops. The third game with heavy graphics, it will be the Need for Speed 3, and surprisingly I was able to play these games with no much problems. I mean, I haven't noticed no lagness or problems. I mean, you can play this game with no much of a problems as we are expecting from a budget device like the ZTE Avid 4. Yes, the frame is not too smooth, but the game very playable. Now let's come over the operating system and the features in this device. This phone comes with the Android 7.1.1. As everybody knows, since this operating system came, you will be enabled to do multitasking just by going to the recent plan, then drag the application that you want to be, which is very nice feature and very useful to have 2 applications at the same time. The way that this phone look, it will be stock Android. It's not that heavy skin, so everything was very snappy, works good. I have noticed some lagness, but not too much of a lagness. And if you just go over here, you will see the app drawer, and you have the applications, the settings, every single Android stack applications pre-installed in this phone, and you have a Play Store where you can download more applications. I don't want to go in depth by going through the applications and the phone, because it's going to be very standard for any other Android that has 7.1.1 Android Nougat. Also, I don't want to miss saying that this phone doesn't come with a gyroscope sensor, which is a lot of people prefer to have them in their smartphones, because the gyroscope, it will enable you to have a 360 video VR content, plus you can play some games that rely on the gyroscope, for example like the Pokemon Go. Lastly, it will be the camera. So if you ever think about buying this phone because the camera, please don't do. This phone may be one of the worst phone's camera I have ever tested in 2017, just by going to some of the pictures I have taken. But before that, let me just show you the camera application and talk a little bit about the specs. We have 8 megapixel camera with the amount of megapixel is decent for the back camera. We have a flash, and the front is 5 megapixel. Here is the application. So we will have HDR, we have a flash where we can make it auto or we can make it off or on. You have panorama, and you have some manual mode where you can adjust the brightness level in the phone. But going to the picture, see the real deal over here. You will see so much of the interruption between the the colors or the lights and the pictures, which is ended up with very bad pictures. If you have enough light, helps, but doesn't help a lot, especially for the colors. I mean, it's not vivid. I mean, you can tell how cheap this camera is. Even it's 8 megapixel, I'm surprised, but doesn't do good job. Now, if you ever want to take selfie pictures, please don't do, because you're gonna look so ugly in this device. Generally speaking, about the ZTE Avid 4, it was not bad phone. The phone was disappointing in some points, like the display and the camera, and some other ways like playing games. The GPU, the RAM, the internal storage was very good in this phone. For only $39, I don't have so much complaint about this phone. And this will wrap it up for that video. Thank you so much everyone for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, hit the bell to be notified, give this video a like, and I will talk to you in the next one.